does tomorrow exist for you?
It exists as soon as as soon as I experience it. Yes. Right
Okay, so there's a
now, it
condition.
doesn't
So there's a
exist.
condition for
The
it to exist,
only
right?
the only thing that exists is anything in the present. So the past, the
Right.
future, they don't
Okay. So
exist.
tomorrow
It's only
doesn't
the
exist.
present.
Right? So tomorrow,
Huh?
so can we agree tomorrow doesn't exist yet? Right.
Correct.
So you can't prove something that doesn't exist. Can we at least agree on that?
Correct.
Okay. So you may have evidence to suggest that something may be true, and the
Hmm.
evidence you have, you're leaning on it for this assumption, right? But there's a gap
Yeah,
between
that's
what
not
is.
faith. There's a difference. Faith
Hold
is
on,
without evidence.
hold on,
Belief is when the evidence around you gives you good reason to believe in something
No, but
based
let
off
him
of the
land. Let him
evidence
land.
around
Let him
you.
land. Let him land. Sorry.
hold on. There's a gap between
This is
what
not
is
your life
true.
clean crap. Please stop giving instructions. Again, guys, it's always the religious men. I say this every time.
All right.
Because
Sorry.
when another man
Apologies.
comes
Can I
up here, when
I don't
another
think you
man
meant it
comes
like
up
that
here
though.
and they're religious, no, because it happens. I literally have recordings of it. Any single time another man comes up here, you guys act so differently. But when it's a woman speaking and it's to do with not Christianity, it's like you talk over. Go ahead, Bob. I won't interrupt you until you're done. Go ahead.
Okay, so can we agree that there's a gap between what is true? For example, well, okay, let's not. Can we agree that there's a gap between what is true in this context of conversation,
Hmm.
tomorrow existing, and what you believe? Um, Basically, there's a gap, right, between you believing that tomorrow exists and tomorrow actually existing. There's a gap, right?
Yeah.
Now the question is, what is that gap?
The gap is that I haven't experienced it yet. So whilst I have good reason to believe that something or the certainty that, tomorrow will come, until I've got into the present moment, I can't confirm that. So tomorrow, probably when it does come, we're still here, hopefully, whatever, I can be like, okay, yes, tomorrow, quote unquote, what would be today now, that has happened. I'm experiencing it in the present, blah, blah, blah. That's literally it. It's very simple.
Cool,
I
cool,
do have
cool.
an article here
So you have
by Elise Lohan about the difference between faith and belief. By the way, this is a peer-reviewed study as well. So guys, feel free to go and look at it. But there is a difference between belief and faith, and that's why I said I don't have faith. Go ahead.
right. So when we look at the definition of faith, I mean, I don't know if you have a different one, but it's simply having complete trust in something, right? And
Without evidence. Without evidence. Just make sure you add that part as well.
where does it say without evidence, sir? That makes no sense. Where does it say without evidence? Where does it say
Strong
you?
belief in doctrines of religion based on spiritual conviction rather than proof.
But I'm not talking about religion with you. We're just talking about tomorrow. You don't need religion to have faith.
The definition of faith, faith implies certitude even when there is no evidence or proof.
Okay, so it doesn't need a lack of evidence. It just says even. So it's also another possible way of having faith, but it doesn't necessarily. You don't necessarily
When
need to lack evidence to have faith. You can have evidence because evidence isn't proof, right? So, for example, the evidence you have that we will be here tomorrow isn't proof that we will. Does that make sense? There's a
but my,
difference
my
between
point
evidence and
is
proof.
still the faith part is when you're lacking the evidence. You use faith when you don't really have evidence or proof for something.
You
Whereas
lack
belief is
proof.
different.
It's not that you
I,
lack evidence. You lack proof.
it says evidence or proof here.
Okay, what exactly says?
Merriam-Webster.com dictionary.
What exactly has evidence or proof? Are you talking about the definition of faith?
Yes.
Right, and it says having trust in something or someone, right? That's what it says,
Oh,
right?
K-Dot's here. Sorry, I didn't even see that, K-Dot. Yes, trust or confidence.
Right. So, you have trust in your evidence that you will be here tomorrow, correct?
Trust in my evidence. It's not, hold on, it's not like a trust thing. It's literally just I have good reason to believe. I don't have to hope and pray and trust, and
Yeah,
I just
no,
have
but
good reason to believe in something.
RT,
you
I
don't. Okay,
think.
It's literally
hold on. You don't need to get on your
I
knees
think.
and pray
RT,
that your evidence is true,
what
right?
you say,
What I'm
Kado.
saying to you is,
I think just adding. I think it's the pattern of something consistently happening that
Oh yeah.
guarantees.
but
For
there's no
example,
there's no guarantee. Is the point?
yeah, but we have seen for the past couple of years the sun consistently coming
That's
up,
not. It's not an
going
argument,
out.
bro.
Like it's a consistent thing happening. So we know the sun is going to rise tomorrow.
So
There's
saying
nothing.
what is happened, saying
There's
what is
no
happening,
no Bob,
saying
but there's no reason right now for us to think or know if the sun is not going to rise. We all know the sun is going to rise tomorrow. There's no issues with the sun.
we don't
NASA's
know
in
that as a fact. For example, you can't prove that beyond doubt that we will be here tomorrow. You can't.
Is there an issue with the sun that's going to happen to where it won't rise tomorrow?
Right, but there's two, like none of us here are scientists for us to calculate all of
I'm
the
not saying
possible.
we're scientists. I'm just
Right,
saying,
so
is
so
there
so then
something
let
going
me.
on with the sun right now that is
Yeah,
going to potentially cause for it to not rise
yeah,
tomorrow? Because I
but
don't see no reason for the
and that's
sun
the
to not
point. You
rise
don't
tomorrow.
know, do you? You don't know. You don't know everything
No, we
about
know
it.
the sun is going to rise tomorrow. It just like it rose
Sorry, what's that?
yesterday. There's no issues or complications with the sun yesterday. Is there any currently? No. So it's going to rise
Oh, but you're
tomorrow.
assuming you can't prove that there's nothing wrong with the sun. You're assuming that there is.
Is there something wrong with the sun for it to not rise tomorrow, Bob?
Okay, can you provide evidence that the sun is doing absolutely fine right now? You can't.
We're asking
You're
you because you're
assuming.
saying that
Is
yes, so
NASA
tell
reporting
us.
any issues? I don't see NASA reporting any
No, so
issues.
this whole okay, so I guess you guys aren't tracking. So this whole conversation started because the host says that she doesn't operate with faith. Okay, so now we're talking. I asked her, okay, do you have faith that you will be alive tomorrow? She says no. I could you explain why you don't have faith that we'll be alive tomorrow?
Yes,
Wait,
because as I
wait.
said, similar with the sun thing, I have good reason to believe based off of the pattern, and I'm not in any dire health. I mean, unless I go run into the road, I don't know. I'm just gonna do everything as normal today. I'm gonna spark up as normal. I don't know, like unless I
Right.
get
So
some
that's
dodgy weed. I don't
Look,
know.
look, Bob,
right.
Bob,
So that's the
Bob,
thing,
Bob,
right?
look at it like this,
All
right? Bob, look at it like this, right? RT probably goes get consensus checked up. There's probably no disease or nothing at the moment, no complications with her body that might take her out. But there is a good chance, but wait, there's a good chance, like, hey, maybe a car might hit her tomorrow. So yeah, she can probably lose her life tomorrow. Hopefully she doesn't. Don't want nobody to lose her life. But the fact that a eternal illness going on in her body may not be what takes her out, right? She probably went to doctor. Doctor told her, like, your heart is in good condition, all that. So she more than likely will not die due to that. Maybe some
yeah.
external factors might take.
All I'm saying is I'm looking at the definition of faith, and it's simply um having trust in something because you're assuming that is going to lead to something, right? This evidence that you guys have when you talk about, oh, but the sun's been here for all these years and whatever, you're using this and you're trusting it to be the reason why the sun will be here tomorrow. But you can't prove it to be absolutely true that the sun will be here tomorrow because the tomorrow doesn't even exist yet, right? So that's why I'm saying you have faith, even if you
Not for
don't
me
say you
or
do.
RT, but the sun is already passed for people, and it's currently
We're
tomorrow
not
for
talking
them.
about people, we're
Yeah.
talking about RT. Right?
No, I know, but I'm saying the fact that because they're ahead of us already, the sun has already done its normal thing. It's already hit that point where it's,
No,
it's
no,
on
no, no.
track to do it.
You're
I can be
behind. You're
somewhat
behind them in
99.9
time.
certain.
The sun hasn't already done anything to you. Does that make
I'm
sense?
not
That's
saying
what I'm
to
saying.
myself, but I'm saying because it's on its course, and it's going around, and we will move on because
Yeah, but again, you're
people are getting a
sticking to
bit
the
tired of us
present. I'm
going on
talking
and on
about
comments.
tomorrow.
But I'm saying, yeah, I know, and it's tomorrow, quote unquote, tomorrow for some people because when the sun does its rounds, that's what determines, night and day, blah blah blah. Unless you're a flat earther, but it's going round. So at the point right now, it's at its point where it's rising for some people. So that means that seems to tell me that it's on course. Unless people in New Zealand are saying, hey, the sun didn't rise today, then I'd be like, oh my gosh, maybe it wouldn't rise. But because it's still on its course, it's hit New Zealand, it's hit Australia, whatever, it's going around, it's making its way around to us. I can be somewhat 99.9 certain that it's there. But again, I kind of almost somewhat see where you're coming from. It's just not all the way there. But I do want to introduce on you guys really quickly because I can't stay on for long. We got 4Y Ren. Is that how you pronounce it? Oh,
Oh, he left. No, but RT does make a good point, right? RT does make good. You factor in the New Zealand thing.
Well,
I'm in California. The sun
yeah.
is up
All I'm
here.
saying is that evidence isn't proof, and you can't prove that we will be here tomorrow. So you believe we will, based on evidence you have, and you have faith that the evidence will grant you to be true. That's all it is.
okay.
Well, Bob,
Whether
it's more
you
so.
want to,
Bob,
We
it's more
have
so
shared.
based, right?
Go
It's
on,
more
go
so
on,
based.
Kaden.
It's more so based on.
and I can also put it to you this way. You guys, I'm assuming one day you have faith in yourself that you're going to be successful despite the odds that you own, and you're going to overcome the challenges in the future that are outside of your control, right? And this is based on um evidence, not proof. You can't prove to me that you guys will be successful, but you believe you will, and it's on faith. You can't walk around this earth and be sane and not have faith in yourself.
It's
No
not
one's
I
gonna
don't, I
faith.
stop
don't,
you.
I don't have belief or faith that I will be successful or not. I don't know.
Okay, but you have faith in something.
Like what?
Like you don't have evidence of absolutely everything you believe in 100% of the time,
Okay,
every
Bob,
single
I'll give you
second.
an example of something I
Like that makes
have.
no that's not rational, bro.
I'll give you an example of something I have faith in. I have faith that humans will do better in some cases. I have faith in that, but I don't know for sure if humans will always rise to the occasion.
SJ, what do you define faith to be?
What the dictionary definition is: complete trust or confidence in someone or something.
Okay, do you have trust in anything?
Yeah, I've trust in some people. I have
Okay, so
trust
you
in
have
some people.
so you have good faith with some people. Like why? So that's
Good
an
faith.
evidence of you having faith. Is that simple?
No,
Right,
I,
but these people are also very unpredictable. Like, there's some
Okay,
people
but
that
that's
will.
irrelevant. It's whether or not you have faith was the question. I mean, it wasn't about you. It was about the host. The host says apparently she don't have
yeah, I
faith
don't
in
have
nothing.
faith.
Hold on a second. The host says she don't have faith in nothing. Like she don't have faith in her family.
Nada.
She don't have faith in herself. She don't have faith
Nope.
in nothing. Like, does
Nope.
that
Yeah,
make it?
and that's okay. I don't blame her because
No, but
people
that's
are
not true though.
unpredictable.
That's not true. She has faith in
A
herself.
hundred
She has
percent
faith
it's
in her
true.
family.
No,
So
no,
you don't. So wait,
I
hold on
don't
a
have
second.
faith in
Bob,
friends. I don't have
Hold on.
faith in
Hold on a second.
family.
Go ahead.
Bob, you can't tell her that's not true for her
Wait,
though.
hold on. Wait,
If
let me
if
ask you.
RT doesn't have faith in no people and even
Wait,
me, that's
RT.
fine.
Wait, RT. Do you have faith in yourself?
No,
That's a lie.
I have strong
Come on,
conviction.
guys.
I
That's a
know
lie.
that I'm great.
That's a lie.
Bob,
Like, come on,
Bob,
man. Like,
I think you're getting faith
I'm just
mixed
telling
up.
you. I don't have faith. I know.
Yeah, I know myself too. I don't have faith in myself.
I just said I know. I don't have faith in myself. I know I'm great.
no, but the thing is, you don't even know what
Facts. K dot
your
knows he's
true.
great too, and
Let's
that
see. Okay,
the emotional and belief
wait,
religious
Bob.
people know
Bob,
that
Wait,
great.
hold on. Wait, hold on.
Bob,
RT,
Bob,
do you?
when you say faith, right? Hold up, Bob. When you say faith,
Yeah.
because okay, now I'm looking at the Oxford definition. Yeah, the first one: complete trust or confidence in someone or something. In a religious sense, strong belief in God or in doctrines of religion based on spiritual apprehension rather than proof. So when you say faith, are you referring to the religious aspect to this, or in general?
So when I'm speaking to RT, she's not religious. So I'm just using the first definition in general because she don't believe in the spiritual stuff, right? So,
Then yeah, RT does a bit, but I mean, yeah, she has a complete
but that's
trust.
right, right. Like, come on, it makes no sense.
Right, but she also, but
Do you know what it is? I think, do you know what it is? RT, I think RT has PTSD because of religion. The word faith
Wow.
triggers her, so she
Not
can't.
you
She doesn't want to accept that
diagnosing
she
me.
has faith. No,
Not you
like there's
diagnosing me. Crazy.
no, but listen, I just am I wrong?
no, I think
Yes.
she has PTSD with faith. I think the issue is with people and mainly religious people when they use faith, right? These people are putting faith into things like they are sacrificing so many things and putting faith into something that they truly cannot guarantee is
But
going to
and do you know what it is as well,
like for
Taylor? Like the
like
fact that he's now saying I must have PTSD tell me I'm wrong. Like who do you think you are to say that?
for example, right? Some
Wait,
people
sorry,
could
wait.
put
What did you say, host?
You said I have PTSD. Who are you to go around making those claims and saying, tell me I'm wrong? Do you not have
Oh, sorry.
PTSD?
It was a joke. It was another joke. It was another joke, host. I guess my jokes are a bit
No, do you know
too
what it is?
touchy.
Again, I didn't get offended. It's not the point. But if I were to say the same thing, okay, look, the Christians in the comments would cook me. Oh my God, this, that, and da 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 da, and da da da. And I don't do that. I don't throw blows like that. Even if it's a joke, I don't do it.
No, but
It's
the thing
usually
is, like,
Christians
I
that do
told
so.
you the definition. I gave you the definition, which is having faith. Sorry, believing in something. I gave you that definition already, but you didn't agree that you have faith.
No, the definition I gave to you, and I read it out loud, and I even brought up the article about the difference between belief and faith, right? When I brought up if I can bring up now, really quickly, it was the one where there is no evidence or proof, right? And so that's what I was basing it over, the no evidence or proof. And I do have evidence or good reason, proof of my thing, so I don't have to have faith. I just go based off of the evidence. That's what I was trying. My point, what I was trying to make.
Right. So the issue that I think you're not seeing is what you claim to be evidence doesn't mean what you are saying is true. Does that make sense? Do you understand that?
Okay.
So just
Alright.
because you have, so for example, I'm a Christian. I believe that the Bible is evidence that Jesus is God. Okay. Now that evidence I can't prove. That's not proof. It doesn't mean that it's true necessarily, but it's still evidence, right? In the same way, you guys saying, "Well, look, the sun is doing just fine right now." That's evidence that you're going to be here tomorrow, but that's not you can't. That's not proof. Does that make sense?
I mean,
So
but
there's
Bob,
a gap. There's a gap, and that is faith. The evidence you have is you're trusting it to be the reason why something is true, and in this case it's that you'll be here tomorrow, and it's that simple. I don't know what the issue is there.
All right, but Bob, but the evidence you're using with the Bible, right, to claim that Jesus is God, is from a biased source because the people writing this are saying, okay, Jesus is also God, but can you prove Jesus is also God outside of the Bible?
Yeah, that's a great question, but we can get into that, but I just gave that.
I'm not saying you can't use it, but it's like it's the only evidence you would have to use, but like it's very biased.
No, we don't. Okay, but there's evidence outside of the Bible that Jesus indeed existed.
No, there isn't.
Yeah, that's a totally different thing. That doesn't say like he's God, but yeah, a person named Jesus could have existed, but was he a God?
Well,
though?
no, there's evidence outside the Bible that he was God.
Like
evidence that he resurrected.
That's not evidence. Biased sources saying that he resurrected is not evidence.
Sorry, hold on. Okay, hold on. You're assuming that they're biased. You can't prove that they're biased, and also it's still evidence. So
what's
with the amount of contradictions in the Bible, that is definitely not.
Now you want to pivot. That's fine. So you clear. All right, that's fine. But yeah.
No, wait, Chad. Let's ask Bob what the evidence is for Jesus' resurrection. I'm curious in hearing it. RT, would you be curious in hearing about?
I'm so ready. I'm ready to accept.
Listen. Okay, hold on a second. I didn't come prepared.
I'm actually curious. I want to hear.
I didn't come prepared for that. I came prepared to speak about the problem of evil. Okay, in terms of the evidence. If you look it up on Google, it's very simple. Okay, look for the time period in which Jesus died, and look at the sources of people saying that indeed he resurrected.
But Bob, the only thing is, if you can't present the evidence to us right now, why would you make that claim? Because, for example, like if I make certain things about, okay, that's what you believe. You believe it's the truth. It's not, something that we know as fact, objective fact. But for example, like when I make claims about the Bible, and I'll be like, hey, like even when we talk about slavery thing, I can provide, some type of quote unquote evidence, because the Bible's not evidence, but I can say, well, where I got this source from, real quick, just turn to this. When you come up here and say things like, hey, there's evidence for Jesus Christ's resurrection, I'm expecting to be like, oh yeah, even if it's just top of my head, real quick, like even if it's very vague, this and this and this, but you haven't got that. I feel like that's just something Christians say.
The thing is, it's very easy to find because we track the lineage from the apostles, and this all the way through, especially as a Catholic, believing in the successful lineage from Peter all the way to the current Pope. There is evidence, bro, outside of the Bible, because we uphold tradition, like the Bible says, to make sure we uphold tradition, and the apostles have left evidence outside of the Bible, and their successors have left evidence outside of the Bible. But all you need to do is research. Like everything isn't all in the Bible. There's also tradition outside of the Bible, and the works of the apostles, like Paul, outside of his letters that are in the Bible. He has letters outside of the Bible, but you guys obviously, I guess, aren't aware of this because you haven't looked for it.
Bob, look at it like this, right?
But just because I don't have the evidence right now, because I wasn't prepared for this conversation, doesn't necessarily mean it's true. But if we use our rational thinking, okay, and we think the people that wrote the Bible, the apostles, and their successors, there's evidence of them existing outside of the Bible. Okay, so I don't get it. Unless you guys want to prove that's not true.
We don't know who wrote the Gospels.
All right
But
then.
Bob,
So it's that simple. It's really that simple, guys.
but Bob, look at like this the way you presented what you presented with the whole people seeing Jesus's resurrection, right? Just because a bunch of people claim they saw something doesn't make it any true. A lot of people
and it doesn't make it false either.
Doesn't make it false either, but a lot of people used to claim the earth was flat. A lot of people used to, well, still do, but a lot of people claim,
Hey,
you
can
know,
I just weigh
that
in with something?
a lot of people used to claim that, you know, at a time,
Listen,
black people were less intelligent than white people. Doesn't mean just because the majority say it doesn't make it true.
yeah,
Yeah,
but these
and can I
claims you made
quickly,
have
really
been
quick,
these
sorry,
claims.
can I just quickly bring Ched into the conversation, just
Yeah.
because I said I can't be
With-
on here too long, and they've been waiting really patiently. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Ched. I
With
apologize
what
for
you
it.
just said, SSG, which I agree with, obviously, the Christian Church used to believe that everything orbited Earth, and obviously Galileo, who found out that it was the opposite, they pinned him in his house, killed him, turned out he was right. Same with Darwin's evolution. They made teachers go on death row who tried to teach it and stuff like that. There's false things that have been in the church,
Right.
and you just skim over it. So when you say it's a 50-50, it's not that, is it? That's not how it is, because it's been proved different before many times.
And
What's
just to add to that as well, I feel like as well, you know, because humans wrote the Bible, I do what question as to why, if it was so important, the message is so important, why God didn't just deliver it correctly the first time, right there and then. Why talk through humans that make mistakes? Because we don't even know if what they wrote was correct.
Sorry, hold on a
Right.
second. Why didn't
Because
God do what perfectly the first time?
Sorry, I'm saying that obviously humans make mistakes, so I'm saying why not, you know, make it clear and just bring the message himself? Why deliver it to us through books, through humans that make
He did.
mistakes?
He was on Earth.
When I didn't see him once.
Okay, but you see his works.
I don't. I've never seen Jesus
You,
in my life.
you see his works.
What works?
If you okay, so you don't believe Jesus exists, right?
The Jesus you're talking about, I don't. I believe a man named Jesus, Yeshua, whatever, they a bunch of them existed. Yeah. Do I believe they're divine and they're the God of the Bible? No. But yes, I do
Right.
believe a individual named Jesus could have existed. Yes.
Right. So it's because if you're gonna do an internal critique, because that what you just asked me is an internal critique. Why didn't God do this? So you're already hypothetically saying God exists, but you're just saying why didn't he do this, right?
Do you? Yeah. So just to clarify, do you agree that humans make mistakes?
Yes, human beings make mistakes.
Right. So you can agree that they could have made a mistake writing parts of the Bible, correct?
There's no mistake in the Bible.
How do you
How
know?
do you know?
I believe so. It's a belief.
So why would
Why
you?
do
Okay.
What's that, sorry?
Why'd you believe that? Why'd you believe it went a mistake?
So you're basically asking me why do I believe in God?
Well, no, the fact
Hmm.
that the Bible has already got mistakes in it. Why do you continue to believe?
I mean, I don't believe it does, but you know,
No, it does.
it
It
doesn't.
really, really does.
But you know,
in chat, let me point it.
Evolution disproves it.
Let me,
Geocentric disproves it. They
I would.
are. That's
Can you give me?
factually incorrect.
Can you give me what? I don't know. This isn't my lab, and I don't want to.
Do you want me? I'm gonna quickly introduce Justin, and then I'm gonna do a quick showtime. I'm stealing this idea from Kato. He does like a showtime to wrap it up, just to give everyone a chance to speak, because I do need to hop off. So Justin, if you want to just add your two cents, just real quick, and then we'll put a showtime on.
Yeah, I think God is the only reason why you even can feel confident in your own reasoning. So my argument is you already believe in God. You just don't allow yourself to admit it. That's my argument.
Okay. I mean, sure. If that's what you believe, like, you know, we're allowed to believe what we want. Me personally, I don't, God has not come inside me. I don't feel the Holy Spirit. I'm not aware of this. I can't make the claim and say, yeah, God is inside me because I have no evidence for that. All I know is that I'm aware of my own consciousness. To be fair, I don't even know if everybody else exists. All I can be like, 99.9% certain of is that I'm conscious. And even then I could just be a brain in a vat floating around. I don't even know. We have all these questions, but I don't think because we don't know, we should attribute it to a God. I think that's a bit of a cop out, and I think we should kind of put the time in to do research, whether that's in ourselves, science, whatever, and try to find, some type of answers. I don't think we should just say, "Hey, it's a God," blah blah blah, and let's go for that. Especially the Christian God, because I do believe the character of Christian God is truly evil. So yeah, Kato, I don't know if you wanted to say anything because I'm gonna end the live like now.
Yeah. The only thing I wanted to say, and you brought it up earlier, in the whole thing with the Bible and stuff. I think, yes, I agree. I think it's very silly that God would put faith into beings who he does not see as intelligent as nearly as him to do certain things. And he wants to establish a system of rules for these people to follow. Because as we've seen throughout human history, if we don't have rules in our society, we would be no different than the things we call animals that don't have order. So the fact that he knows we need rules to function better as a society, so many people do not do too many strange stuff. He put faith in other people that lie, cheat, and steal to give out rules and be honest about the rules that is coming from him, which I think is very. You're so intelligent that you rely on people that are less intelligent than you to deliver something that you could have delivered in 1 minute. God could have wrote the whole Bible in 1 minute with the snap of his finger.
Yep. Literally. And no, you summed that up really, really perfectly. Ched, I don't know if you wanted to say something really quick just before I end the live, because you were on pause for a minute.
I was on pause because I was just finding like evidence against that bloke before, but he's not even here anymore. So it was pointless.
No worries.
All right, so.
No worries. But again, thank you. I do have to end the live now, but thank you guys so much for the support.